He left me for a better match. Too bad her paychecks come from the company I own. My husband ran off with a finance manager, never realizing she sits 4 rungs below me. Weeks later, their wedding invite hit my CEO desk, sealed in gold like a joke. That's when I stopped being silent. Tonight, I'll walk into their reception wearing the one thing money can't buy: the truth. Quick flashes, a velvet rope, the bouncer hesitating, a boardroom voice cutting me off mid-sentence, a 2 a.m. siren, Tasha trembling, a pen in my hand, a name struck off the list. They thought I'd vanish, but I built the room they're celebrating in, and I know exactly when to turn off the lights. The house is quiet and plain, a porch that creaks, a kitchen light left on, coffee gone cold hours ago. My laptop hums while the city sleeps. Spreadsheets, payroll, small notes to myself. Nothing flashy, just work that keeps people steady. On the shelf, a photo of Grandma Lydia. Sunday hat, soft smile. I touch the glass, then pin her brooch to my collar. Silver, small, steady. She'd say, "Let the work speak for you." I still hear it when the room is still. No marble floors here, no chandelier selfies. The best things stay simple. A paid invoice, a team home safe, a plan that takes root and grows. If you came for a parade, you won't find it. You'll find a ledger that balances and names that matter. That's my kind of love, not loud, not borrowed. Built. When the next door tests me, I'll carry this pin. I'll let the work do the talking, for us all. Back then, we were broke, not broken. Bus rides, cracked vinyl booths, one order of fries we stretched for an hour. We laughed easy because time was cheap. Caleb wore a thrift store suit to his first interview. I pressed it on the kitchen counter with a towel. He shined his shoes with dish soap and hope. I built budgets on library Wi-Fi. He mocked up pitch decks on free templates. We made plans on napkins and swore they'd hold. At night, we traded futures. He wanted rooms to turn and look. I wanted roofs that wouldn't leak. He chased the spotlight. I chased the backbone. Both of us called it success. He'd ask, "When will it look like we made it?" I'd say, "When people who count on us sleep easy." It felt like the same road. Same hunger, same promise. But small differences grow in the dark. He began to love the picture more than the frame. I kept choosing what lasts. And then came the dinner where zip codes became tests. The table gleamed, but the air felt tight. Linen napkins. Forks lined like little rules. His aunt smiled too long and asked, "So, which neighborhood did you grow up in?" A pause. A glance at Caleb. Another sip of water to buy time I didn't need. "South Side, near the transit yard," I said. Her eyebrow climbed. "Oh, do you feel safe there?" I set my napkin down. An address doesn't define a destination. The clink of glassware did the rest of the talking. Caleb gave a small laugh that curled at the edges. Not mean, not brave, just careful. They asked about schools with the right mascots, clubs with the right doors, who my parents knew, what my parents did. The test wasn't subtle. It never is. I spoke about books, shifts, and saving, about roofs that hold in a storm. Someone said, "We just want the best for him." "I do too," I said. "That's why I build it." Sunday hums soft and steady. Wood pews, scuffed hymnals, a tambourine that keeps time with the heart. Mother Ruth steps to the mic. "We don't go looking for a place," she says. "We build the place." The choir answers, "We build." She calls, "We don't beg for a seat." They respond, "We set the table." She calls, "We don't wait for favor." They respond, "We become favor." Can I get an amen? Amen. Hands lift, shoulders loosen. The room holds us like family. I touch Grandma Lydia's brooch and feel it warm under my fingers. Not luck, legacy. We pray over shifts, over bus routes, over bills that come too soon. We pass a basket, but we also pass stories. How to keep going, how to keep kind, how to keep our word. Mother Ruth smiles. "Let your work talk. Let your love carry it." I breathe easier. No chandeliers here, just people who show up week after week and make room where there was none. The warehouse breathes in the cold at 2 a.m., pallets stacked like blocks. Tasha sways by the loading bay, hand on her stomach, meter flashing low. Her insulin pen is empty. Her breath thins. I call 911 and kneel beside her. "Stay with me," I say, counting breaths. She nods, eyes wet. "Been stretching doses, picking up extra shifts," she whispers. The siren rises through the night. "We're not losing you," I tell her, steady as a drumbeat. When the ambulance pulls away, I open my laptop on a crate. Emergency fund, authorized. Living wage floor, signed. Day 1 health insurance, approved. Overnight shuttles for the late shift, scheduled. Names first, numbers second. I press my pen until the page bites. By morning, I'm at her daughter's table, homework spread out. Long division, stubborn and slow. "Line it up," I say to her granddaughter. "We solve it step by step, like a budget. We fix the math so people can live. Morning at the lobby, badge out, smile ready." The guard scans mine twice, then asks for a second ID. 2 men step in behind me, nod, and slide by with a wave. "Ma'am, protocol," he says, eyes steady on me. I hand over the ID, then point to the turnstile. "Was that protocol for them too?" He stiffens. "Just doing my job." "I respect that," I say. "Here's mine." I call the desk captain. "We're not doing this one person at a time. I don't need an apology. I need the policy to change." I ask for a review of the check-in script, the signage, the escalation steps. Clear standards for everyone, every time. No gray zones that turn into guesswork. The captain listens. "We'll set a meeting." "Not a meeting," I say. "A fix. Today." Calm, even. No raised voice. Just a line that holds. I tap my badge and step through. Status doesn't need to shout. It sets the rules, then makes sure they're fair. By noon, HR ships a memo. Clear, short, firm. New reception standard. Greet within 5 seconds. Use names, not guesses. Scan every badge the same way. 1 ask for ID, not 3. If it flags, follow the same path every time. KPI set, 100% greeting parity by floor. 0 variance in scans by race or gender. Incident response in 24 hours. Quarterly audits with anonymized spot checks. A dashboard goes live so everyone can see the numbers. Training lands with dates and pay for the guards. Scripts rewritten. Signage updated in plain language. A quiet line for reporting, no retaliation. Union looped in. Facilities adds better lighting at the turnstiles. Small fixes that change the day. Subject line hits inboxes. Town hall. Building a fair lobby. I add a note. Respect is logistics for dignity. We will measure both. This isn't about blame, it's about design. Systems that treat people like people. Policy moves first, apology follows. And at 9, I have a boardroom to face. On the drive-in, a podcast hums through the speakers. Polite voice, sharp edge. Naomi Ellis looks polished, but is she more PR than P&L? A chuckle. Harborstone's luck or leadership? I click it louder, then off. Noise is still noise, even with studio mics. In the elevator, my phone buzzes with the clip. Friends say, ignore it. Enemies say nothing. That's how shade works. Soft, but meant to stain. The boardroom waits. Glossed wood. Water set at angles. Richard is already there, papers fanned like feathers. He taps his pen, checks his watch, clears his throat on loop. The ritual of a man who likes to break a sentence in half and own the silence after. I slide my files into a neat stack. Audit tabs, bright as flags. The brooch at my collar sits cool and steady. External heat outside. Internal heat inside. Both point to one test. He leans back, ready to cut in. I lean forward, ready to finish. When the bell rings, numbers will speak. First line of the deck on screen. Richard cuts in. Let's not pretend last quarter was skill. Tailwinds did the heavy lifting. I stop, hands still. Go ahead, I say. Finish your thought. He does. Market noise, luck, a shrug at the leadership. He circles the same point, louder each pass. I let the room hear all of it. No flinch, no rush. The brooch at my collar sits cool, like a metronome. Thank you, I say when the loop runs out. Are you done? A beat. He nods. Great. Slide 2. Click. 3 questions, I say. Performance, durability, stewardship. If we answer them with evidence, the noise takes care of itself. I pace the points, clean and slow. What we controlled. What held in headwinds. Where we put risk, and why. I don't wrestle his tone. I replace it with facts and order. He taps his pen, smaller now. The table finds my tempo. Respect isn't begged. It's set, kept, and measured. We'll measure it next. Slide 2 lands like a hammer. Pay equity audit. 9,214 employees. Adjusted gap 0.8%. Unadjusted gap fell from 7.2% to 2.1% in a year. Promotion rates for women of color up 31%. Attrition down 18%. Retention savings $14.6 million. Operating margin up 110 basis points. That isn't luck, it's design. I let the numbers breathe. When people are paid right, they stay. When they stay, we stop burning cash on churn. Money follows respect. Richard shifts. I turn a tabbed page. Bylaw 8.4, adopted last spring. Any director who challenges performance must submit a written countermodel within 24 hours or defer. You signed it. His pen stops. Understood. The model is in your folders, I add. Assumptions, sensitivities, downside and upside. If there's a better map, bring it by morning. If not, we proceed. Silence folds back into order. I meet the room, not the noise. Credibility is a ledger. Today, it balances in ink. Country club night. Clipboard at the door. Members only. Guest list. Jacket. The host says. I'm here for a meeting, I answer. Please scan my badge. He waves two men in golf caps through without a glance. I call Ava, my lawyer. They rent that land from your fund, she says. The lease gives equal access to business guests. If they block you, we can review the deal and raise their costs. I face the host. No apology needed. Just the rule. Same scan for everyone. If not, we start a lease review at 9. He hesitates. A manager hurries over. Ms. Ellis, we'll make this right. Come in. Make it right for everyone, I say. Adjust the check-in. Retrain staff. Send me the update. Ava emails the clause before I hang up. The manager nods. We'll confirm by morning. I step inside when the scanner beeps green. Not because I'm special, but because the policy says yes. I didn't ask for a pass. I asked for the rule to match the room. My phone lights up with links. A gossip blog runs a shiny headline. Power couple ascends. Photos of Caleb and Vivian on a balcony. Designer suit. Comped champagne. Sunset timed for the grid. Captions wink at me without using my name. Trade up energy. Some people just can't keep up. Comments pile on. She was boring. No style. I'll talk. I don't post wins. I wire payroll. I don't chase likes. I buy safety gear. They count followers. I count people home safe. They clap for a picture. I build what the picture stands on. I scroll once, then put the phone face down. Let them have the balcony. I'll keep the foundation. Image is loud. Substance is steady. Image peaks. Substance compounds. I breathe, slow and even. No subtweets, no threads, no public sparring. If they want a story, I'll give one. Not a drag, not a rant. 5 minutes. 1 mic. Numbers that speak for themselves. 5 minutes. 1 mic. No chest beating. I'm not here for gossip, I say. I'm here for facts. Pay equity first. Adjusted gap under 1%. Public audit every year. Back pay where we missed. Manager bonuses tied to parity. Respect isn't a slogan. It's a line item. Now the part that matters to the next generation. We launch Let Your Work Speak. $5 million this year for scholarships, exam fees, and laptops. Priority to young black women from working-class families. Paid internships, not experience for free. Mentors on company time. A simple promise. Talent won't lose to zip codes. We'll publish the form tonight. We'll post the audit at noon. You can hold us to both. Questions fly. I keep it clean. Numbers, dates, receipts. No shade back, no victory lap. Reporters lower their eyebrows and start writing real headlines. Thank you, I say, and step away from the mic. The room settles. The story pivots from whispers to work. Back at my desk, the inbox fills. The mail cart waits at the door. On top, a cream envelope, heavy with gold script. A cream envelope sits on top of the mail cart, heavy with gold script. I slide a finger under the seal. Caleb and Vivian. Date, time, venue. RSVP card tucked like a dare. I set it down and breathe once. Under it, a manila folder. Northbridge Financial. Promotion request. Applicant, Vivian Shaw. Role, Regional Director. Final approval, CEO. I open our org chart on my screen. Northbridge Financial, LLC. Wholly owned by Harborstone Capital. Payroll authority, my office. I call my assistant. Confirm. She reads it back. Subsidiary, 3 years on staff. Strong reviews. Promotion needs your signature. 2 pictures lie side by side, a wedding invitation and a form that asks, May I rise? One is image. One is power. Money isn't the balcony shot. It's the pen that moves a life. Status isn't the caption. It's the charter with your name on it. I cap the envelope, cap the folder, and circle the date on my calendar. Not to make a scene, to let the truth walk in and sit down. In the mirror, I rehearse two voices. The easy neighbor voice, warm, round, a little laugh at the end. The boardroom voice, crisp, spare, no wasted air. I blend them, polite but edged. Soft hands, straight spine. Congratulations, I say, and let the word land. We'll talk on Monday, I add, and let the pause do the rest. I wish you well, with no room for reply. That's the tone. Courteous, clear, final. Quiet luxury follows tone. A dress that fits, not shouts. Deep navy, clean lines. Low heels that carry weight without noise. A slim clutch, no glitter, no logo. One piece matters. Grandma Lydia's brooch. Silver. Small. Steady. I pin it to my collar and feel my breath line up. Not armor. Alignment. Status isn't volume. It's control. Not who talks loudest, but who keeps the tempo. I close the case and practice once more. Every word short. Every syllable true. When the door opens, I won't raise my voice. I'll raise the room. I open the vendor portal and build the order piece by piece. 100 full PPE kits. Respirators, goggles, gloves, steel-toe covers. Sizes by shift. Extras for spares. No back orders. Subject line, PPE. Night shift. Tasha line. Purchase order created. Down payment wired. Delivery rush. Warehouse manager CC'd. Safety lead looped in. Shuttle schedule attached so gear meets people, not pallets. I add a note on the invoice. Gear is not a perk, it's payroll for lungs and hands. Names first, then numbers. That's the rule. Finance pings. Which budget? Emergency fund, I reply. If we're counting, count the nights people go home whole. This isn't hero talk, it's logistics with a heartbeat. A kit for the loader who wheezes at dawn. A mask for the packer who never calls in sick because rent can't wait. I hit submit and breathe out. When someone asks where the money went, I'll point to steady hands and clear air. The line reads right. Night shift, Tasha line. The lobby feels different. The guard looks up, smiles, and says my name. One scan, one beep, same script for everyone in line. Good morning, Ms. Ellis. Welcome. No extra questions, no side looks, just the process we wrote down. We meet for a quick town hall in the atrium. HR pulls up the new dashboard. Greeting parody tracked by floor. Incident logs answered within a day. Training hours posted. A pocket card with the script goes into every badge holder. I don't need praise, I tell them. I need this to become normal. A few claps. Soft, but real. The guard from this morning nods. Thank you for the clarity, he says. Makes the job easier. Respect lands like that. Quiet. Repeatable. No heroics. A better door. A cleaner line. The kind of fix no one tweets, but everyone feels. I tap my badge again on the way out. Beep. Green. Work is set. People are seen. Tonight, another room will test the rest. The music glides, but the air holds its breath. I step in. One beat. Two. Quiet shoes on stone. The kind of quiet that makes rooms listen. No throat clears, just faces turning a degree, then another. I don't hurry. The brooch at my collar sits cool, a small North Star against navy. From the staff view, a server steadies a tray and watches me cross. In her head, not a +1, not a publicist. A woman who walks like the check has already cleared. The captain lowers his voice on the earpiece. Do you have eyes? The bartender nods without looking up. I see her. Presence is a language. You don't say it. You keep pace and let the room translate. The carpet gives back nothing. My pulse stays even. Somewhere near the head table, a whisper starts shaping into my name. A ripple starts at the bar and moves like light across water. Ms. Ellis, one voice says, small but clear. Two more turn. From Harborstone? Is that? It is. Northbridge staff cluster near the cake. Name tags tilt. Hands pause midway to a toast. Someone who's only seen me on town halls lifts a glass and freezes. The ripple becomes a wave. Heads angle, phones lower. The DJ's hand hovers over the next track and doesn't press play. Vivian hears my name before she sees me. She turns. Color drains, then returns in a rush. Her smile flickers, polite and brittle. the kind you use when the math changes in real time. Caleb stands a step behind her, one hand on a chair back. He looks past the flowers, past the lights, trying to place the face he thinks he knows and the name he didn't learn. I don't break pace. I don't break eye contact. "Good evening," I say to no one and everyone. Recognition does the rest. Silence gathers, ready for an answer it doesn't have yet. I stop an arm's length away. No speech, no heat. I slip a card from my clutch and place it in Vivian's hand. Thick white stock. Black type, Naomi Ellis. Founder and CEO, Harborstone Capital. The room stills. Forks hover mid-air. Someone's breath catches and doesn't finish. Caleb reads the line once. Twice. His jaw sets, then loosens. He looks at me like a door he walked past for years and only now sees. Words don't come, just the count of what it means. I don't list titles. I don't raise my chin. The card does the talking. Payroll clears under my signature. Northbridge sits under my charter. That's the difference between looking wealthy and owning the ledger. "Good evening," I say, even and calm. Silence spreads to the edges of the room. The band forgets its cue. My brooch is cool against my collar. Vivian nods once, eyes lowered. Caleb's hand slips off the chair back. I let the quiet do the math. I rest my hand on the nearest trophy, a chrome sail frozen mid-wind. It catches the lights and throws them back like it owns the room. I lift it an inch, then set it down so the base taps the glass. "Beautiful cabinet," I say. "But trophies don't pay anyone." A small gasp travels row to row, like air finding a crack. Forks land. The DJ's finger slips off the button. Even the flowers seem to hold still. "This shines," I add, still gentle, "because someone else did real work. Payroll, safety, late shifts that make dawn feel close. That's the bill that matters." I let the truth sit where captions usually go. No echo, no second swing. You don't argue with gravity. I turn back to Vivian, calm as a ledger closing. "Congratulations," I tell her. "We'll talk on Monday." No sneer, no spike. A clean line, drawn once. The trophy stays where it is. The value moves on. I turn to Vivian, not the crowd. "You're good at your job," I say. "That never changed." Her eyes shine, then steady. She nods once. No excuses, just breath. "Monday, 9 a.m., I add. "Regional Director? Seattle." A beat to let it land. "Relocation covered. A clean slate." She swallows. "I didn't know," she whispers. "I believe you," I say. "This isn't about blame. It's about direction." Then the terms, plain and fair. Ethics, wall up. No business contact with Caleb. 90-day plan. Clear goals. You'll have a mentor and a team. Caleb shifts, like a chair with one leg short. I don't look his way. "I don't punish competence," I tell her. "I reward it, and I expect it." Vivian breathes out. "Thank you," she says, voice small but true. "This chapter can start clean," I say. "Write it well." No drama, no victory lap, just a door that opens the right way. I glance at the roses and orchids. Pretty, expensive, gone by morning. I open my phone, one email to procurement. Reallocate tonight's floral budget to the open PPE order. Add rush, confirm delivery tonight. Reply lands, approved. Funds moved. The number that bought centerpieces now buys lungs and hands. Across town, tape peels from a pallet. Cardboard breathes out cold air. A manifest prints and curls at the edge. The label reads, PPE, night shift, Tasha line, masks, goggles, gloves, sizes sorted, names clipped to bundles. The warehouse manager signs with a blunt pen. A driver rolls the bin to the staging lane, checks the shuttle time, nods once. Back at the venue, petals glow under soft light. No one will miss one more bouquet. We won't miss a breath. Finance pings. Transfer confirmed. Safety pings. Gear received. Fit tests at 10 p.m. I pocket the phone. Money should hold people up, not just rooms. Tonight, it does both. Flowers where they matter, air where it counts. I turn and head for the doors. No rush. No pause for the room to catch up. The band still hasn't found its next note. Chairs sigh. Silverware settles. A quiet that says enough has been said. Whispers trail me in soft threads. Names, guesses, the word CEO passed from table to table. I don't look back. Presence isn't spin. It's follow-through. At the threshold, a beam of light catches Grandma Lydia's brooch. Silver. Small. Steady. I touch it once and hear her again. Let the work speak for you. A server from earlier meets my eyes and gives a tiny nod. Not fanfare. Recognition. The kind that lives past tonight. I push the door with my palm. Cool air meets warm skin. Shoulders drop. Breath evens. This isn't a victory lap. It's a line drawn clean. Behind me, the murmurs fold into a new story they'll tell without me. Ahead, there's Monday. A desk, a plan. A pen that signs what matters and leaves the rest. Courtroom plain. Wood benches. A clock that ticks too loud. Caleb's attorney asks for a share of my companies. Marital gains, he says. She hid assets. Caleb stares at the table like it might offer him a yes. My counsel slides a folder forward. Prenup, she says. Signed and notarized. Independent counsel on both sides. Separate property defined. Premarital businesses named. Future subsidiaries included. Appreciation excluded. Then the printout. Subject line, upgrade. Caleb's own email, time-stamped after he left. She plays with little projects. I needed someone with real ambition. The judge reads it twice. So you knew these ventures existed, she says, and you disclaimed them in writing before the wedding. Silence. Paper does not blink. Prenuptial agreement is valid and enforceable, the judge rules. Petitioners' claims for business assets are denied. Each party bears their own fees. No fist pump, no glare, just a ledger clicking back into balance. Outside, the hallway smells like old books and dust. I put the folder away and check my calendar. Monday, 9 a.m. Vivian. New chapter, clean terms. Monday, 9 a.m. A pot of coffee. 2 chairs, same height. Welcome to Sisters in Finance, I tell Vivian. We build skill, not bravado. We start with pay. Know your range, lead with value, not need. Anchor first, then be quiet. We role play. She asks. I stall. She holds the pause. The number moves. Soft power next. Read the room. Match pace, not personality. Ask one clean question and let silence work. We practice eye contact. A nod, a note. No over-explaining. Network isn't small talk. Pick 3 people you can help this quarter. Send 1 useful thing. Ask for nothing. I explain the difference between a mentor and a sponsor. A mentor advises you. A sponsor puts their name on you. I draft 2 warm intros on my phone. You'll meet them this week. Prep 1 line about your wins and 1 line about your next goal. She breathes easier. Thank you, she says. Earn it, then pass it on, I say. That's the rule. The shuttle pulls to the curb 5 minutes early. Tasha, the driver calls, already knowing her name. A bin rides up the ramp, fresh PPE labeled night shift. Tasha line. Inside the warehouse, the safety lead runs a quick fit test. Deep breath in, he says. The respirator seals. The meter blinks green. Goggles sit without fog. Gloves fit on the first try. She laughs once, surprised by how easy it feels to breathe. Before her shift, she stops at her daughter's porch. Her granddaughter barrels into her arms. Grandma, you got your new gear? Tasha nods and holds on a second longer than usual. Tears slip fast and warm. I'm good, baby. I'm really good. Back on the floor, bundles roll out with names clipped to each. A loader jokes, smells like new car. Relief sounds like small laughter you don't have to force. This is what money should do. Turn fear into routine, risk into a checklist, and a late-night ride into a safe return home. Sunday brings us back. Wood pews, warm light, a hush that feels like home. Mother Ruth nods me forward. I don't preach, I share. Money is a tool, I say. The choir answers, use it right. Status is an echo. Let it fade. Life is sacred. Amen. Love is how we use power. Do it in love. I tell them about a lobby that greets by name, about pay that matches the work, about a contract that held when pressure came, about gear that lets a grandmother breathe easy on the night shift. We can spend to be seen, I say, or spend so people get home. We spend so they get home, the choir replies. Hands lift, shoulders loosen. Tasha's granddaughter waves from the aisle. Tasha presses a hand to her chest and smiles through tears. If you're tired, rest here, I say. If you're ready, rise here. We rise, the room answers. No spotlight needed. Just a promise kept out loud, and 100 hearts saying yes together. Tell us your story. I set the pen to a new line. Let your work speak scholarship. Award jar 1. Funds released for a laptop, exam fees, a small stipend. A door opens when a hand reaches. Grandma Lydia's brooch rests cool at my collar. I sign once, steady. Ink turns into promise. The phone buzzes. Caleb. I let it ring, then fade. Some bridges burn, some were never roads. I turn the phone face down and close the folder. Money is a tool. Tonight it builds a life. Status is an echo. Tonight it goes quiet. What lasts is the work you do and the people it lifts. If this story met you where you live, if you know the slow, steady work of showing up, tap subscribe. Like and share so it reaches another woman building in peace. Drop one line about the goal you're moving toward. We celebrate finishes and we honor the miles no one sees.